We've got a very special guest with us today, David Bradford, Senior Editor from Cycling Weekly magazine. David is going to boil a kettle today using our new generator, Faraday, and we're going to use his data for an experiment. But David, what prompted you to get interested in bike generators?
Well, I think I've always thought, when you're sitting on the turbo, doing your intervals, putting out whatever it might be, 200, 300 watts, that seems like a lot of power just to go to waste. Was there not some way of being able to harness it and use that power in some way? We're all thinking about climate change, global warming, and making the most of the energy we're producing. What about our cycling watts? And did a bit of digging around with a freelance writer who was also interested in this subject. We found you, and you seem to be working on developing the answer to that very question with your own system here.
We're working on it. Yeah, we're
honestly
working on it.
We're working on it. A project in development. So here we are to find out if we can actually use cycling power to make a cup of tea.
Now it happens that this story started 4 years ago, something like that. I'm asking Bex because Bex is just off camera at the minute. But David, you posted something on Twitter, I think it was, to say how much energy might it take to cook your dinner using a bike generator. And Bex responded to that. So we're putting David to the test a little bit today. We're going to get him to make a brew. We're not starting with dinner. Dinner's a bit ambitious. So we're going to make a brew using a kettle. So we're going to boil 250 millilitres of water in a kettle. And we're going to see how much energy that takes, both electrical energy and physical energy from the legs. So we're going to do that. So David's also here, so we've got multi-purpose. We like multi-purpose meetings. Doing some research for an article which will be in Cycling Weekly magazine. If you're not a cyclist, because we have lots of people who watch this channel, if you are a cyclist and you've been living under a rock since 1891, 100 and odd years, amazing. It must be one of the oldest print publications in the country.
Well, the oldest cycling one anyway. Yeah.
The oldest cycling one, yeah. So yeah, if you haven't seen Cycling Weekly, get your eyes on that. We'll put a link in the description. So you're doing some research for an article as well. What can people expect in that article?
Yeah, well, a freelance writer got in touch with us and had heard about the Revolt studio in London, and how they use the power from their gym bikes to go back into their system, and was interested to know more about that. So we're going to visit them and look into that, and then basically see how far this can go. Are we on the cusp of some development where everyone can have home trainers that they can use the power from and put that back into their home grid in some way, which I think is a really exciting and it's a great prospect, really. So that's what we'd like to find out more about.
Brilliant. And when should people look out for that?
Yeah, so the article will be in the print magazine in the spring, and that will go online thereafter. So that will be there.
Nice. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Yeah, I think we are. It is definitely possible, and we were just chatting before this video. It definitely is possible for people to be using, generators like this at home. We've got our other generator is set up, integrated with a solar panel. We're going to integrate that with wind as well, and that all goes into the same battery bank. If you're living off grid, or even if you're living in a normal house with a solar array or something like that, there's every possibility to just integrate a bike generator with that. Mm-hmm. And obviously we've got other videos on the channel. If you haven't seen those, check those out about how to build one. We've got lots of instructions and stuff. And we should be working towards stuff like that.
Absolutely.
It just makes sense.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So it starts here.
It starts with you boiling a kettle in our kitchen, basically.
Sounds easy. Probably not as easy as it sounds.
Are you ready?
About to find out. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Now just a quick skip forward to the future while David's getting ready, because I want to talk about tendons. Now if you're a cyclist looking to perform, or anyone else who's interested in their optimal health, you'll know that sitting at a desk all day is just about the worst thing you can do for your tendons, because they tighten up and they make you prone to injury when you're out on the bike or doing whatever it is you want to do. Now, to help combat this, I've been using standing desks for years, so I can either sit down or stand up throughout the day, and it keeps my tendons nice and supple. And we're very lucky at Systemic HQ today because FlexiSpot have sent us this awesome beast of a desk to use for our physics experiments and anything that we're doing here at HQ. Now, the first thing that struck me about this desk is the build quality. It's absolutely awesome. The boxes it came in weighed a ton, which is a good sign. The top of this desk will take 160 kilos. I don't know what you put on a desk that weighs 160 kilos, but if you're in a lab building a reactor or something, then this is the desk for you. It also comes with a 10-year warranty. 10 years. Nothing comes with a 10-year warranty these days. So I'm going to give you a quick look at it and we'll get back to David. So as you can see, there's lots of space underneath the desk because of the design, and there are two motors, one on either side, which are very powerful. So as the desk goes up and down, it's very smooth, stable and quiet. It's got this nice LED touchscreen display with a USB port at this end. It's got height presets, a child lock and an anti-collision mechanism. So when this is descending, it doesn't crush something underneath it. It'll adjust between 65 and 130 centimetres to the tabletop, so you can use it sitting, standing and for a whole range of different heights. So look after your tendons, use the FlexiSpot link in the description to find out more about this desk and lots of other high quality stuff that FlexiSpot provide. But for now, we're going to get back to David. How are you feeling?
Yeah, all right, yes. Sort of steady, a fairly nice steady effort really.
Nice.
You just quite like to see the numbers climbing a bit faster.
Yeah.
But they're quite stubborn.
They are very stubborn, yeah, I've been there many times.
Yeah. So nice. It's alright.
So the kettle that David's boiling is an insulated travel kettle, and we've put 250 millilitres of water in there. So we're going to see how much energy that takes. Now the kettle itself draws 112 watts, and the fans on the front of the generator take another 12 watts. So all in all, with the efficiency of this generator, that means David's putting out, in fact I can tell you exactly, about 250 watts of physical power in order to power the kettle and the fans. So we'll see how it goes. That's finished. How's that?
Pretty tough, but 23 minutes of effort, and we have
23 minutes and 49 watt hours, including powering the fans. So we'll do a calculation of what that looks like in joules in a bit.
But the proof is in the brewing.
Hey!
There you go.
A hard-earned cup of tea.
Full-ish cup of tea.
Nice.
Cheers.
Well done, mate.
Thanks very much.
What was it like, did you, in terms of pedalling it, this as a bike generator versus a smart trainer or something like that, did you feel any
surprisingly
difference? Or?
Not great, it's quite smooth, isn't it? It's pretty flawless. So yeah, that was impressive.
Nice.
Yeah.
So this, we were talking earlier about people being able to use these in the real world as devices to help them train and generate power. So yeah, you feel that's, having used it now, that's definitely realistic.
Absolutely, yeah.
Nice. Alright, now as a little bonus, because we've got David here and his FTP is higher than mine, we're gonna take advantage of this.
A special treat.
Special treat, yeah. So you boil the kettle, you're going up to the next level. We're leveling up now.
Right.
Yeah. So in our last video about this bike generator, we were looking at the efficiency, and we wanted to know what would happen at higher levels of electrical power output. So we're going to try now at 200 watts, and we're going to feed David's data into that graph so we can extend it and we can see if that efficiency curve continues to be linear. If you haven't seen that previous video, there's a link in the description, so check that out. So here we go.
That's 200 watts into the kettle. How much for me?
It's going to be about 400.
400 watts, okay.
Yeah.
We'll give it a try.
Alright, okay. Nice, let's do it. Okay, so we're at 60 watts, and now we're going to put the rest of the power through the other kettle to get it up to 200 watts.
Ooh. Okay. It's quite difficult to hold a meeting.
It's really hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to tweak this to 200 watts. That's pretty close. Okay, so we're looking at about 365 watts. 370. How's it feeling?
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, I think we're looking at around 365. So let's lower that up. Nice.
That was hot.
Well done.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Whew.
Okay, so that is our top electrical power output. We need to do that at 20 watt increments all the way back down to where we left the graph off. So we're not going to abuse David anymore. He's been very kind.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you very much
My pleasure.
to lend your services.
Thank you.
So we're going to do that data and we'll show you the graph shortly. Right, we're back at the FlexiSpot desk in seated mode this time, because to be fair, I need a rest after that ride. I've plotted the data, let's have a look, see what we can learn. So here is the original graph which we showed you in the last video, and if you haven't seen that video, check it out, there's a link in the description. So we turn the alternator at two different rotational speeds, 2180 RPM and 3440 RPM. And we discovered that the system is more efficient when you turn the alternator more slowly because of the aerodynamic drag caused by the alternator fans. So what we did this time with the data from David and I is to extend the most efficient of these two data sets, the 2180 RPM. So here is the graph of that data, and the first thing you'll notice is that the relationship between physical input power and electrical output power continues to be linear. And we've done a fit to the data, and the gradient of that line is around 1.45, very similar to the gradient of the line that we had in the previous graph. So that means this system continues to get predictably more efficient at higher levels of electrical power output. And this highest data point at 200 watts of electrical gives us an efficiency of approximately 55%, which is better than the 52.9% which were recorded at 120 watts in the previous video. So I'm still very curious as to what happens to this graph at much higher levels of electrical power output. Now, the alternator we're using will chuck out loads of power. It's designed for use in a race car, but it's well beyond my ability or the ability of any normal cyclist to actually test this out. So if you're a professional cyclist and you can chuck out big chunks of power over short bursts and you fancy randomly doing something different with your training, please get in touch. Come on down to Systemic HQ and help us test this thing. Thanks for coming, David.
Thanks a lot, Andrew.
Yeah,
my pleasure.
Hope you've enjoyed the back generator.
It's been great, very fascinating and satisfying.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So look out for the article in Cycling Weekly. That should be in the print magazine in the spring. Keep your eyes peeled. There's a link in the description to the Cycling Weekly website. Any last words of wisdom if you've got enough breath?
Just bring on the commercial systems. It's something everyone will need to do. Make their own brew.
Nice.
With cycling power.
Make your own brew with cycling power. And you can build your own generator, don't forget, by looking at the videos on the Systemic channel of how to do it. We've got full circuit diagrams and instructions there. So enjoy.